Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to your first reading lesson of the week. I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started. Okay, we're carrying on working on Flat Stanley this week. We know a little bit more about the story now as we've been reading it for the past few weeks. We know it's written by Jeff Brown, and we know that it's a classic adventure, and that there are lots of more stories in the series that come on later. But can you name 2 other authors that you like? Can you think of some other stories that are of someone who is different? So Flat Stanley becomes flat, he becomes different to other people. And what other stories are there about families? So make a list of different stories you know, different authors that you know that follow these kind of pattern, and then send your ideas to year2@thepalmeracademy.com. Pause the screen and have a go now. Okay, well done. So other authors that I really like is I like Alex Smith that writes the Claude stories. They're really good as well, aren't they? And I also like Julia Donaldson, who writes all of our favourite kind of picture books. If I think of some other stories that are of someone that's different, there's Wonder. It's a story you may have seen in the film, but it's a story you'll read as you go further up the school, which is about a little boy that looks differently to other children, but he kind of learns strategies to deal with that and doesn't let it stop him or hold him back. And other stories that are about families, well, there's Peace at Last, that are about the elephant family, and different stories like that. So I'd like to see your list of different stories that you know. So to start off with this morning, we're going to do a little warm up of a quick text that you're going to read that's using lots of kind of suffixes and looking at those ing words and those full words and things like that. So have a read of this text and then see if you can answer the questions. I'll read it to you and then if you want to mute me, you can read it yourself. The move. We had to pack many boxes for the big move. I tried to be careful not to misplace some of the things while I was packing. So misplace means to do it wrong, to put something in the wrong place and to lose something. Losing my toys makes me extremely unhappy. I am really excited to go to my new school though. I hope I will discover many wonderful and friendly children there. I am prepared to learn new and important things there. The excitement of the move is also making me nervous and a little bit fearful, but I have decided I'm going to be fearless. Okay, so how do they feel if they can't find their toys? How is the move making him feel? How has he decided to be? What does he hope he will find in his new school? So pause the screen and have a go at answering these questions. Off you go. Okay, well done. So how do they feel if they can't find their toys? Extremely unhappy. So really unhappy we should have there. Extremely unhappy or really unhappy. How is the move making him feel? So the excitement of the move is also making me nervous. So he's excited, but he's also nervous as well. How has he decided to be? He's decided to be fearless. And what does he hope he would find in his new school? Many wonderful and friendly children. So this one is wonderful and friendly children. So well done if you got all of those right. Fantastic. Right, so today we're going to be looking at our vocabulary skill. We're going to look at strategies for working out the meaning. So we're going to read a new word. That's one way. So to read it, we may already know what it means. If we don't, we're going to find it in the text. We're going to read around it, what comes before, what comes after. Does that give us any clues of what it could mean? Have you heard the word before in your reading? So from there, you can work out what it means. And what other words are inside the word? So if I look at unhappy, for example, it's got the word happy in it, and then the word and I can work out from that what I think it means. Okay? So last time Stanley had just told Mr. Dart his brand new idea. And this is what Mr. Dart is going to say back. Stanley, Mr. Dart said, if your mother will give her permission, I will put you and your plan to work this very night. Mrs. Lambchop gave her permission. But you will have to take a long nap this afternoon, she said. I won't have you up till all hours unless you do. That evening, after a long nap, Stanley went with Mr. Dart to the famous museum. Mr. Dart took him to the main hall, where the biggest and most important paintings were hung. He pointed to a huge painting that showed a bearded man wearing a floppy velvet hat, playing a violin for a lady who lay on a couch. There was a half man, half horse standing there behind them, and 3 fat children with wings were flying around above. That, Mr. Dart explained, was the most expensive painting in the world. There was an empty picture frame on the opposite wall. We shall hear more about that later on. Mr. Dart took Stanley into his office and said, "It's time for you to put on a disguise." "I have already thought of that," Stanley Lambchop said, and I brought one. My cowboy suit. It has a red bandana that I can tie over my face. Nobody will recognise me in a million years. So let's do a quick fire questions. What did Stanley have to do to be allowed to go out at night? Pause the screen and see if you can read it. What did he have to do? Okay, well done. He had to take a long nap. So he had to go out at night, he had to take a nap. What was in the most expensive painting? Okay. Pause and have a go. What was in the most expensive painting? Okay, well done. So in the most expensive painting, there was a bearded man. There was a bearded man playing a violin for a lady who lay on a couch. There was half man, half horse, and 3 fat children with wings flying above them. So all of those people were in the most expensive painting. And what had Stanley brought with him as a disguise? What had he brought with him as a disguise? Pause the screen and see if you can find it. Okay, well done. And if you've got the answer, fantastic. He had bought his cowboy suit. It had a red bandana that he can tie over his face. Okay, so this morning you have got some words that you can work out you've got 2 activities that you can do to work out what these words mean. Now, today is a little bit different because you can use the screen to help you like we've been doing the other weeks, but actually we now have started using Teams. I really encourage you to log on to Teams. Mrs. Critchley should have sent you your email address last week and your password, but if it's not working, please send an email to year2@thepalmeracademy.com and we'll help you. But once you have got your screen up like this, once you've got onto Teams, if you go into the Year 2 area and in the reading folder and under this week, you will find this activity is just a worksheet that you can download, okay? So this is the first activity I'd like you to do. And what you have to do is you have to read the words, match them to which picture they are, and then over here, tell me what they mean, give a little definition. So let's do permission together. So I'm going to find permission in the text to help me. So there is permission, and there is permission. So Stanley, Mr. Dart says, "If your mother will give her permission, I will put you and your plan to work this very night." Mrs. Lambchop gave her permission. So permission means to be allowed to do something. Okay, so she said yes, said, yep, you can do that. So permission is saying someone can do something. So in here, I'm going to write saying someone can do something. And then I'm going to draw a line that matches permission to the picture that says permission. So I'm going to draw it to this picture here because this picture shows permission because it's someone saying, yes, you can. So go on Teams, download this, and then you can send it to us at year2@thepalmeracademy.com. Okay. Now, the second activity is on Teams, but it's an assignment, which means you don't need to send it to us. So when you go into the reading area, and I put it up on Friday, so you may have already seen it, there is a assignment box where it says just view assignment, and you can click on that and up will come this document. And in this, you've got to tell me what these words mean, and then you've got to use it in a sentence. So write a sentence using the new word. Now, the good thing about this is when you go up on assignments, you can just type in. So you can just type in your answers and then type in your sentences, and then you can send it to, then you just send it to me on Teams. You just submit it, hand it in, and then we can look at it and see what's going on. Now, if you can't do all this, and it's finding a little bit difficult, don't worry, because we have a parents meeting on Wednesday at 6. So you'll be sent the Zoom link via email that we can talk about it all, and we'll show you how to do it then. But over the next couple of days, we thought, let's put some assignments up, let's put some bits up that you can try. So the first job is this, and the second job is this. But if you want to carry on doing it on the screen and send it to us, that's okay. But please, please have a go at Teams, see if you can view the assignment, see if you can have a go. And I'll look forward to marking some of your work, and I can send you individual feedback over Teams. Have a lovely day. Enjoy using Teams, enjoy exploring the assignments and the different resources. And I will see you later on. Bye for now.